New York state lawmakers unveiling a $175 billion budget yesterday, including a slew of new taxes and regulations, a so-called mansion tax, and a statewide ban on plastic bags. New York City is also set to become the very first city in the nation to levy a congestion tax on drivers. Laura Ingle is live in New York City with more on that. All right, so Laura, tell us how this would work.
Hey, Julie, well, most drivers in the U.S. know about the Easy Pass system. You know those little plastic squares that you slap onto your windshield? Well, the decision hasn't been made how it's going to work. It's going to be a cashless toll. But most traffic experts tell us it will most likely be something like that will either be added on to the Easy Pass or something different like that. So as we see these drivers coming off of the Queensboro Bridge, you might be able to spot a couple of those. Here's the good news. We still have some time. This won't go into effect until 2021, and drivers would be charged roughly $10 for driving into the city, anywhere between 60th Street, where we are now, down to the tip of Manhattan, the most congested area in the city. This was a landmark decision made by lawmakers in New York as part of the state's budget deal. There will be some exemptions. It's not worked out yet, but not everyone will have to pay this new toll, depending on where you live and what hours you drive. Those details are also still being worked out. New York's Governor Andrew Cuomo says it's a twofold idea, one to raise revenue to fix the city's troubled mass transit system, while also encouraging drivers to find other modes of transportation to get them off the road.
Congestion pricing was first talked about in practice by Mayor Lindsay and Governor Rockefeller. Today we've gotten it done. First state in the nation. And it's been done in some places around the world: Singapore, Stockholm, London, nowhere in the United States.
And we want to bring up some examples. In its first year, London had a 15% decrease in traffic in its congestion pricing zone. And in Singapore, weekday traffic entering its most congested area dropped 24%. Other big American cities like Los Angeles, Boston, Seattle have all considered a measure like this one for years. So you may be hearing about it where you live. Not everyone is a fan, of course. Many say this is an added hardship that could force them out of working in New York City. Lower income drivers say when you add it all up, it'll be at least $200 extra a month, which will then push them to use a mass transit system that is already overwhelmed and years away from improvements.
It's not going to be much of an improvement if you just shift the problem from one area to another.
And still, it'll generate an estimated $1 billion a year that will go into the transit system. So we'll see how that goes. Julie.
All right. Interesting. Laura Ingle, thank you.